Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Live Authentically with Krista. Thank you so much for being here. If you find value with what you hear, like the video, comment below, subscribe if you want to stay connected. I'm just completely authentic here, and I show up as I feel led and with the time that I have available. And today's video, I just wanted to talk about how I choose peace. I was led to a video and I just briefly clicked on it, listened a little bit for probably a couple minutes, and this man was talking about how he chose peace over happiness and was just talking about, different sides of both parts. What happens when you're a happy person, what happens when you're living in peace, and how sometimes life changes and you may be happy at one point, but then dang, something happens and then you're not happy, right? And I was just reflecting on that, and this is what I do as a person. I take the world around me and I basically I ingest it, and it kind of molds and shapes me as well. And I try to learn from other people too. I learn from my mistakes, I learn from other people's. So this is just who I am. So I'm just making this video to just share how I choose peace and how I used to be as a person. When I was really unhealed, I used to argue. I used to argue a lot. And I used to find myself like wanting to have debates with people. That's just who I was. But it's not who I am now. Who I am now, I'm the type of person that I don't like to argue. I would rather choose peace over chaos. And I really try to fight to have peace in my home. I really try to basically, as a mom, I try to keep things in order because I know that if my home is not at peace, then nothing is at peace. So this is why I fight so hard, and I try to grow as a mom, and I try to be humble, and I try to fight for peace. I really do. And I would say for the majority of my home, I know my kids, they tell me they like being with me because there's peace here. So anyways, I just wanted to share that. How I used to be. I used to be that argumentative person. And now it's like, no, I don't want to. I would rather not be a part of trauma if I don't have to. I'd rather not. I'd rather just like separate myself from that. I try to help people, but I would rather not come in between, two people's dramas. Like, I would rather not. So what about you? What do you think? Peace versus happiness. It makes sense. The guy that I was listening to, it makes sense because you're going to have moments in your life where you're going to have periods of happiness, but then stuff happens, right? Stuff happens and then it changes, and then you're not happy and you have moments of, sadness and whatever else. So I don't know. If I had to choose, I would definitely say peace, because if I'm at peace, then I'm at rest. And then ultimately, if I'm at peace and if I'm at rest, then I can be happy. So I would definitely choose to live in peace. I would choose peace over chaos. I would do that in a heartbeat, And arguing, like, I don't fight to be right anymore. And that's the thing. I used to try to fight to be right, and I don't anymore. I would rather just like let people choose to believe in what they believe in, and I don't try to force them to believe, because I can't. I can only encourage people and sow seeds of love and encouragement, but it's really not up to me to have those things take root in that person. It's up to him. It's up to the good Lord. That's what I believe in. So I don't try to force people to do things that they don't want to do, but they don't want to do. I want people to choose on their own, and I just try to show up in a way that feels authentic to me, and that's all I've got to go on. You gotta be you. You gotta be authentically you, And I know that when you are authentically you, you're going to find out real quick who is for you. You're going to find out who's for you, who's against you. And that's the beautiful part about life, is that you find out who is really for you, who cares about you, who shows up for you, just by being authentically you. But I will say that growth is really, really important, because I think, I've shared on some of my videos before that who we grew up as, who we were surrounded with as people, has really molded and shaped us and who we are today. So I've definitely had things that I had to change about myself because of how I grew up and the people I was surrounding myself with. I had to change because I recognized my own toxicity, and I reflect a lot on who I am as a person, how I show up. I reflect on my faults and the error of my ways, because I want to be the best me that I can be. I want to be a healthy Krista for my family and those around me, because I know that if I can be a healthier me, then I know that I can bless other people. I know that I would be more of a blessing to other people if I work on myself, and if I grow as a person, then I know that I can be a blessing to other people. So this is exactly why I reflect as much as I do, and why I take the world in around me, why I grow in the Lord, why I pray, why I read my Bible, because I want to grow as a person. We're not meant to stay the same. We're supposed to grow. We're always supposed to be learning. We should never stop learning. There's so many things that we can learn. And we can learn through anything. You can learn through an animal. You can learn through anything. I was watching, oh my goodness, I'm going to try not to cry, but I was watching a movie with my kiddos last night. Oh, shoot. It was on Netflix, and I don't know if it was called Ruby or something. I don't know, but it was based on a true story. So this police officer, he wanted to be a part of the canine. He wanted to be part of the canine, basically group. He wanted to do that. His wife was pregnant. She had they both had a son together, but she was pregnant, and he had tried out for years and years and years. I think he was on the 8th or 9th year. And it was going to cost $10,000 for him to find a German Shepherd. And he was a very, very busy go person. And he never could, they never let him be a part of the program because he could never focus, and because he was go. But he just he was tired of people counting him out. He was tired of people counting him out. So he went to this dog shelter, and he found this dog. It was like a border collie mix or something like that. And this border collie mix was going to be euthanized because nobody would accept her. Like, she couldn't stay at home for very long because she was go, getting into trouble. But this police officer looked at her and took her in. He wanted to bring her back. But then some older gentleman, he's like, "You're going to give up on her? You're going to give up on her?" You know? And he decided to give it a try and bringing her to like obedience training. But then he ended up just like really sacrificing a lot of his time and energy and poured into this dog. And this dog, oh my goodness, like this dog was just like, it was a night and day difference. And she had learned so much. She learned a lot. And there was so much growth on that dog. And So this dog was able to pass the obedience training and actually went to this canine like testing. It was like they were out in the field and just basically testing the dog so that it could perform and basically listen and stay for 5 minutes, you know? And basically, this dog ends up being like this little lifesaver. But the one thing that was really, really powerful was there was a murder that happened, and this dog was supposed to sniff out the murder victim. So she goes and she sniffs out this murdered victim, and her way of saying that she found it was by her like laying down like on her stomach and just like barking. But her owner, the police officer, was looking under this deck. And he's like, no, I don't see anything. I don't see a body. I don't see a body. And basically, he starts blaming the dog. Like, you messed up. You screwed up. You screwed up. And he took her home and just like, he was like, this is the end of his career. But then he ended up, the dog left home because she was hurt that her owner did not trust her. But he ended up getting a phone call, and there was a body under that deck. So she was right. There was a body under that deck. It was underneath the cement. So she was right. So there was some trust broken. But the police officer, he felt so sad for not trusting his dog, for not believing in her after all that they had went through, that he didn't believe in her. But I don't know, it was just a beautiful story. So I guess it shows perseverance. It shows perseverance because this police officer, he kept on getting no's. He kept on getting rejected year after year after year. And he decided there's got to be something. There's got to be something that he could do. And he wasn't willing to give up on his dream. And that dog, she just needed somebody to believe in her. She just needed somebody to believe in her. And then she found that person. He believed in her enough, and he didn't quit on her. So that's a beautiful story in itself. Just the perseverance and not giving up on someone that you love, no matter what. So anyways, squirrely moment. But I choose peace. I definitely choose peace. What would you choose? I hope that you found value. Like the video, comment below, subscribe if you want to stay connected.